Hi, in this video, I want to show you how you can design in Claude and have Claude also take that design and have it editable in Figma. You can even do this with one prompt. But before we get started, we need some set of skills. So I've put together 4 skills. Go to custom and I would go to skills and you'll find all of these skills here. This is where you would upload the skills. So you go to custom and then you select skills. You can also see connectors, but we're focusing on skills. For the skills, click on the plus icon over here. I'm using the desktop app, so it might be a bit different in the web version. I'm not sure. So, but it's the same thing. If you don't know how to find it, you can ask Claude and it will tell you how to navigate to find it. All right. Once you click on the plus, you would see browse skills. These are skills that are available for you to install that Claude has made available for you. But we're going to go to create skill. You can create a skill with Claude, which I have done with this skill from Figma skills, and then upload a skill. So I'm just going to click on upload a skill. I have a file that I have already created. It has these 4 skills. Figma Code Connect, Figma Generate Design, Figma Implement Design, and Figma Use. So we're going to install the skill.md file. I will start with the first one, the Figma Code Connect, and you would see the skill.md file. I'm going to make this skill available for you to download. I'll try to put it in a Google Drive and just attach it to the comment section or somewhere in this video's description. So I'll select this and open, and just within a few seconds it's going to show that it's uploaded. Okay, so Figma Code Connect is uploaded. We'll go ahead and do the same thing for the rest of them. I just need to click here, come back, and then I would install the second one, and we can do the same for the third one as well. This is for the implement design, and that is done. And the most important one is the Figma use. I would go back to this and I would install the Figma use skill.md file as well. So with this, we have all we need to now create the design. And if you have a unique design system, you can always bring it in. But I'll go here and create a new. We already have this. So this is where I'm going to do my prompting. Let me see if I have the Figma file. So this was what was done before, and you would notice how structured this is. It's not using a design system or anything, but you'd see how everything is well named in terms of the layers, and that's to tell you that Claude made this. Claude actually designed this with just one prompt. So we'll go back here. And now what I would do is I'll copy this page. You can copy the entire file link, but if you wanted to paste it in a specific page, you can copy that page. I will just copy link to page. All right. And if I go back here, I can now tell it what to do. So I've used it already today, so I don't want it to run out of the credits I have for this video. So what I'm going to do is maybe create a version of what I already have here. This is a login page. It has forgot password. So let's do the forgot password screen. So I'm going to say in this file, I have a login screen designed already. Create the forgot password screen and paste the design in this Figma file page. In this Figma file page, it's already here. Yeah, and that's it. Now, if you have a design system already, for instance, like the simple design system from Figma, you can also reference that here. You can say, you can take the Figma design system link and have it added here. And you can also build a skill for that Figma design system. In its separate file, you can give it the link and let it know. You have to activate MCP, by the way, and then you let it know that, oh, this is my design system, either audit it or review it and then create a skill for it. It's going to do that and build it so that you can always reference that skill while you're creating. So you can say slash, for instance, you can call a skill by just putting slash, and it's going to have all your skills here, and you can come and say, I have several skills that I've created. And you can say, using this skill, create a design for blah, blah, blah. And you can give it all the actual prompts or all the actual context. For this, I've only told it, create a forgot password screen. I've not given it any detail. I can go further to enhance the design better by giving it some context into what it, while I'm saying this, let me just click send. So we'll send that. While it's doing that, I can do this explanation, and once it start creating it, I'm going to switch to the Figma page so you can see how it's building it directly inside of the file. But basically, you can link a design system by copying that design system file link, all right, giving it and telling it, oh, with this design system, create so and attach it or paste it in this Figma, in this other Figma file. All right. Or you can create a skill. Like I said, you create a skill for your design system, take the link of your design system, give it to Claude and tell Claude to create a skill with that design system. So you just only need to copy the file link and ensure that it's open for all. Like you go over here, when you click on share, you ensure that the file, this is taking some time, but you ensure that the file visibility is available or open for all. That way it won't block any interaction. Already it's speaking with you've already authenticated with Claude, so it's going to be able to do that effectively. Yeah, so I'm done talking. This is what it's doing. You can click always allow, but I intentionally just click allow once because I don't want, sometimes Claude just builds things without you even telling it to build. And this is something I've noticed. So every time I write a prompt, I'm always trying to ensure that telling it either don't build this, just do that, you know, something like that. So I ensure that it doesn't go out of its way to start building screens, and those type of things burn your credits really fast. So what is it doing now? It's very simple. It's basically reviewing the page, checking if there are any components or style guides that it can use to create the screen. Now it says I have everything I need. Let me first inspect the login screen, exact styling details, then build the forgot password screen. So even though we do not have a style guide for this, it's just plain text. Like you can see the text, it's not a style guide. The entire screen is using like a design, and I'm glad I was in this screen before it pasted it. Okay, so it has pasted the design. You can see I was selecting this screen and this has been pasted, and I'm sure it would say so there's one more thing. The screen looks great. The footer text is overlapping slightly. Let me fix that and also refine the back button to look cleaner. So there's a back button and it doesn't really look like it's a back button. You can deny it if you can continue from here without it having to go change only this minor thing. You can just deny it and say, okay, no, don't change that. I'll leave it, I will change it. But let's see if it will fix the back button, because currently it looks like a logo instead of a back button. So it's going to try to fix that. And let's stay on this screen and see what it's going to do. I hope this will take just a few seconds or minutes. And you can see it actually matched the style of the file that was already in this file. So what that means is it's wise enough to know that, okay, there are some files in this file. I cannot spot a design system being used in this account or in this project file. But since there's already an existing file, I should not go beyond this. I should still be able to match what has been done and create another version of it. So for instance, if I select this button, it's using a 56 pixels height. And if I select this, it's also using the same. So this is really good. to be honest. I just need to approve this again. It's done. It said the forgot password screen looks great, blah blah blah. Forgot password, back chevron in the top left for navigation, forgot password, blah blah blah. So it's done, but it did not fix the back icon. But the structure of the page looks good. Some things we can do is selecting this. I see it gave it a fixed height. We can just make that hog, and it fixes that layout. Okay, these ones are fine. Even though I would not have these items here. So if I was to duplicate this screen, I'll probably not have this. I won't have this. I won't have 3 of this. Okay, because the user can go back. All right, and maybe I'll just align this to the top and then push this a bit upward. But yeah, that's it. And this was designed with Claude real-time, and it takes a few minutes. This is a smaller scope of work. For more intense work that you wanted to do, it might take more time. And try to go screen by screen than saying, oh, create this flow. It can create a flow, but if you have enough credit, maybe you've subscribed to the max plan or you've subscribed to a plan, then it will be able to also do that. But one thing to take away from this is just ensure that you have, even though it's small design system created for it, so that it can reuse that design system across your file. And it's always good to have a design system because you want to reuse it everywhere. You want to ensure that the design looks consistent in all of its use in that project that you're working on. Having a design system created for the buttons, creating some foundations like colors, style guide, spacing, grid. You can create all of this and it's going to read into that file and it would respect that for that file you're working on. Okay, and that's it. I just wanted to show you guys how to do this.